We often hear that the mind is a powerful tool, and yet how many of us allow it to work against us instead of for us? How many of us have listened to that voice inside, the voice that tells us we're not good enough, not capable enough, not strong enough? We've all heard it. That voice that whispers doubts in the quiet moments of our lives, casting shadows over our dreams and our potential. But here's the truth I want you to take with you today. Negative thoughts are not our enemies. They are simply a signal, a message from our mind, a challenge that we can choose to rise above. Imagine for a moment that every negative thought you've ever had is not a reflection of who you are, but a reflection of the past, your experiences, your struggles, your fears. They are not the truth of your potential, but the remnants of old stories, stories you no longer need to live by. And the good news is that you don't have to keep telling yourself those stories. You can rewrite them. The first step to transforming your life, to achieving the success you've always dreamed of, is recognizing that your thoughts don't define you. You are not your doubts. You are not the voice that says you can't. You are so much more than that. You are the power that lies beneath the surface, the potential that is yet to be fully realized. And once you realize that, once you understand that you can choose how to respond to your thoughts, you begin to unlock the limitless power that lies within. The greatest challenge we face isn't external, it's internal. It's the war that rages within our minds. It's the battle between our doubts and our desires, between our fears and our hopes. But what if I told you that you hold the key to winning this battle? What if I told you that the very thoughts that you perceive as obstacles can actually be the fuel for your success? Think about it. Every time a negative thought arises, every time that voice tells you that you're not enough, that's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to prove that voice wrong. It's an opportunity to show yourself that you are capable, that you are worthy of greatness. Each moment of doubt is a chance to turn things around, to shift your perspective and push forward. It starts with awareness. Awareness that negative thoughts are not truths. They are merely thoughts passing through your mind. Just as clouds float across the sky, your thoughts float across your consciousness. And just as clouds change shape and move away, so too can your thoughts. You have the power to choose which thoughts you will hold on to and which ones you will let go. The key is in not letting those negative thoughts settle in your mind. Don't allow them to take root. When they appear, notice them, acknowledge them, and then make the conscious choice to replace them with something more empowering. This is not about suppressing negative thoughts or pretending they don't exist. It's about creating a new relationship with them, and it's about seeing them for what they truly are. Fleeting, temporary, and without power, unless you give it to them. You don't have to react to every thought that crosses your mind. You don't have to accept every doubt as a fact. Instead, you can challenge those thoughts, question their validity, and choose to respond differently. This is where the transformation begins, right in the moment when you choose to change your perspective. Instead of seeing your doubts as roadblocks, you begin to see them as stepping stones. Instead of seeing failure as the end of the road, you see it as a necessary part of the journey, a lesson, a course correction, a chance to grow stronger. This shift in perspective changes everything. When you stop viewing negative thoughts as obstacles and start viewing them as opportunities for growth, you start using them to fuel your success. You see, the difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't that they don't experience doubt, it's that they refuse to let doubt stop them. The successful person doesn't avoid fear, they face it head on. They use it to propel themselves forward. And they understand that every challenge, every setback is not a sign of defeat, but a signal that they are on the right path. It's an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to move closer to their goal. This is the mindset shift that I want you to embrace today. You don't have to be afraid of negative thoughts. You don't have to fear failure, uncertainty, or rejection. In fact, you can use them. Use your fears, use your doubts, use your setbacks as fuel for success. Each time you face a challenge, you are given a choice to let it define you or to define it, to let it break you or to let it build you. You have the power to choose, and that power lies in your thoughts. This is the beauty of the human mind. It is flexible, adaptable, and it can be reprogrammed. It takes practice, yes, but every time you shift a negative thought to a positive one, every time you take action despite the fear, every time you choose to rise above your doubts, you're training your mind to work for you, not against you. So when that voice of doubt comes, don't listen to it. Don't believe it. Don't let it hold you back. Instead, use it as a reminder that you are on the verge of something great. Use it as the spark that lights your path forward. You are capable of so much more than you realize. Your thoughts can either imprison you or set you free. The choice is yours. When you decide to transform your thoughts, you decide to transform your life. Now it's time to make that choice, to stand up and say, I will not let my negative thoughts control me. I will use them as the fuel that propels me towards success. Because, my friends, the greatest success stories are written not by those who never faced doubt, but by those who overcame it. And today, I want you to know that you are capable of overcoming anything that stands in your way. Your success is waiting for you, and it all begins with the thoughts you choose to believe. The power to change your life begins in the space between your thoughts. Every moment you face a challenge, every moment you're confronted with doubt or fear, you're standing at a crossroads. You can either let those feelings control you, or you can choose to use them to propel you forward. And here's the real secret. Success is not about being fearless, it's about taking action in spite of the fear. We live in a world that often tells us to avoid failure, to shy away from mistakes, to protect ourselves from every negative possibility. But the truth is, the people who achieve extraordinary things in life are not the ones who avoid failure. They're the ones who embrace it. They understand that failure is not a defeat, but a powerful teacher. It's an opportunity to learn, to grow, to refine. Each mistake, each setback, each moment of doubt brings us closer to success because it reveals more about who we are and what we're capable of than any easy victory ever could. When we allow ourselves to experience failure, not as a mark of our inadequacy, but as a part of the process, we begin to see the world differently. Instead of looking at challenges as threats, we start to look at them as chances to learn and evolve. And that is where the transformation happens, not when we avoid the negative, but when we embrace it and transform it into something meaningful. This is the essence of growth. It's the recognition that we are not bound by the limits of our past mistakes, by the negative thoughts that once defined us. We are bound only by our ability to reframe those experiences and use them as stepping stones to our next level. And the more we practice this, the easier it becomes. Just like training a muscle, the more we exercise our ability to transform negative thoughts, the stronger that ability becomes. It becomes second nature. We begin to shift our mindset, not just in big moments, but in everyday situations. The next time fear tries to rear its head, you'll recognize it for what it is, the signal that you're on the verge of something important. The next time doubt creeps in, you'll meet it with a challenge. I'll prove you wrong. When you can master this shift, when you can consistently reframe the negative thoughts that arise and use them as motivation to press forward, you become unstoppable. Your resilience becomes a force to be reckoned with, your confidence grows, and your belief in your potential begins to soar. At this point, your mindset isn't just a tool you use to get by, it becomes the very engine of your success. It drives your actions, shapes your behaviors, and determines the path you take. The person who sees every obstacle as a lesson, every setback as an opportunity, is the one who will continue to climb, to achieve, to conquer. And here's the exciting part. There is no limit to what you can achieve when you truly believe in the power of this mindset. So take a moment to reflect. Where are you letting negative thoughts hold you back? What parts of your life are you avoiding because of fear or doubt? And more importantly, how can you start to shift your perspective on those things? How can you begin to see the challenges in your life, not as insurmountable barriers, but as the very fuel that will drive you towards success? It's all about perspective. And when you change your perspective, you change your life. You no longer see obstacles as threats, but as opportunities. You no longer see failure as something to fear, but as something to embrace. And that's when the magic happens, when you begin to trust in yourself, trust in your ability to overcome, and trust in the idea that you can use every negative thought, every setback, as fuel for your success. So let me leave you with this. You are not defined by the thoughts that come into your mind. You are defined by how you respond to them. The moment you realize that your thoughts are not you, but simply a part of the experience you are having, is the moment you unlock the ability to create anything you want in your life. You have the power to transform your thoughts, to transform your challenges, and to use them as stepping stones to your greatest success. The question is, what will you do with this power? Will you continue to allow negative thoughts to hold you back? Or will you choose to transform them, to rise above them, and to turn them into the fuel that will push you forward to new heights? The choice is yours. And today, right now, you have everything you need to make that choice. Now let's go out there and turn every doubt, every fear, every negative thought into the fuel for our success. You see, the journey towards success doesn't just happen through moments of triumph or perfection. It happens in the way we respond to life's challenges. It's in the moments where you feel the weight of the world on your shoulders, where doubts cloud your vision, and where the road ahead seems too hard to walk. And these are the defining moments, the ones where your character is forged, where your resolve is tested, and where your true potential is revealed. We've all been there, haven't we? The moments when you feel like giving up, the times when everything seems to be against you, when you question if it's worth it to keep going. But let me tell you something, it's in those moments of struggle that you have the greatest opportunity to grow. It's in the face of adversity that your strength is built. It's when things are toughest that you discover what you're truly capable of. And here's where it gets interesting. Those struggles, those moments of hardship, are often the very things that push us forward in ways we never thought possible. It's when you're on the edge, when you feel like there's no way out, that you have the potential to dig deeper than you ever have before. It's in those moments that your resilience can shine brighter than any external success. But resilience doesn't come from avoiding challenges. It comes from facing them head on, from embracing the discomfort, from refusing to let negativity or fear hold you back. Resilience is built in the trenches, in the moments where others might give up, but you choose to push forward, to keep fighting, to keep believing in yourself, even when the world doubts you. The reason why some people succeed while others don't isn't because they had it easier. It's because they learned how to use adversity as fuel. They learned that every setback was just a setup for something greater. They didn't allow failure to defeat them. Instead, they used it as a stepping stone, a lesson and a reminder that their journey was never about perfection. It was about progress. I want you to understand this deeply. Your success isn't defined by your ability to avoid failure, but by your ability to overcome it. It's not about being perfect. It's about being persistent. It's about getting back up every time you fall. It's about using every negative thought, every obstacle, every challenge as fuel for your growth. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to be without fear, but you need to have the courage to take the next step, even when the path is unclear, even when doubt clouds your judgment, the courage to move forward in the face of uncertainty, to act in spite of fear. That's where the magic lies. That's where you begin to transform your life. There will always be people who try to tell you that you're not capable, that you're not worthy, that you'll never make it. There will always be those who doubt you, who try to hold you back. But remember this, that doubts don't matter. It's your belief in yourself that matters. It's your vision, your dreams, and your willingness to keep going when everyone else says stop that will determine your success. So as you stand here today, I want you to make a commitment to yourself. I want you to commit to transforming every negative thought, every fear, every doubt into fuel. Fuel for your dreams, fuel for your goals, fuel for your growth. Because the truth is, you already have everything you need to succeed. You have the power to shape your destiny, to change your mindset, and to create the life you've always wanted. But you have to choose it. You have to choose to believe in your own power, to trust in your ability to overcome, and to use every challenge you face as an opportunity to grow stronger. Your future is not determined by the circumstances around you, but by the decisions you make today. And if you make the decision to turn every negative thought into fuel for your success, nothing will be able to stop you. So go ahead, take that step. Turn your doubts into determination. Turn your fears into focus. And turn every challenge into a victory. Because you are capable of more than you realize. You are destined for greatness. And it all starts with the choice to transform the negative thoughts in your mind into the fuel that will propel you toward your success. You are unstoppable, and it's time the world saw it. As you move forward on this journey, it's important to remember that transformation isn't an event. It's a process. It's not something that happens overnight. There will be days when the road seems long, when the obstacles feel overwhelming, when the negative thoughts creep in once again. But these moments are not signs that you fail. They're signs that you're moving in the right direction. They're proof that you're growing, evolving, and pushing beyond your limits. The key is consistency. It's the small, deliberate actions that you take every single day that build momentum, that create the foundation for your success. Success doesn't come from grand gestures or sudden breakthroughs. It comes from doing the work, showing up even when you don't feel like it, and continuing to believe in yourself when things get tough. The most successful people in the world aren't the ones who never experience hardship. They're the ones who continue to move forward despite it. They're the ones who wake up every morning, look at their goals, and commit to making progress no matter how small. It's in these consistent efforts that you begin to shape the life you want to live. And here's an important truth. It's the small wins, the little victories along the way, that create the momentum for big success. Too often we focus on the end goal, the final destination, and we overlook the power of the journey. The process is where the real transformation happens. It's where you build resilience, learn new skills, and develop the mindset that will carry you through to your ultimate success. So when you feel discouraged, when the negative thoughts begin to creep in, remember that every small step counts. Every time you push past fear, every time you refuse to let a doubt control you, you are building the strength that will carry you to your dream. Those small actions accumulate over time, turning your aspirations into reality. But transformation is not just about external achievements, it's about internal growth. It's about becoming the person you need to be in order to achieve your goals. When you transform your mindset, when you change the way you think about yourself and your abilities, everything around you begins to shift. The world begins to mirror your belief in yourself, and opportunities begin to unfold in ways you never imagined. It's important to recognize that the negative thoughts you experience are not permanent. They don't define you. They're simply passing moments in time, and with the right tools, you can choose to let them go. You can choose to shift your thinking and choose new beliefs that serve you, that propel you towards your success. One of the most powerful shifts you can make is to start focusing on what you can control. You can't control every situation, but you can control your reactions to those situations. You can control your thoughts, your attitude, and the actions you take in response to challenges. When you take ownership of your mind, when you become the master of your thoughts, you begin to reclaim your power. And that is when transformation begins to happen. In every moment of doubt, in every moment when fear tries to take over, remember this: you have a choice. You can choose to listen to the negative voices, to accept those thoughts as the truth, or you can choose to change your perspective, to believe in your potential, and to take action in spite of your fears. And with every decision you make to act despite your doubts, you take one step closer to the person you are becoming, the person who is unstoppable, the person who will achieve their goals, the person who will turn their dreams into reality. The power is within you. The ability to change your life, to achieve success, to overcome every obstacle that stands in your way. It all begins with your mindset. You have the ability to transform negative thoughts into the fuel that will push you forward. You have the ability to turn fear into focus, failure into feedback, and doubt into determination. And so, as you continue on this journey, I want you to remember one thing. You are the creator of your reality. Every thought, every decision, every action you take creates the path to your success. When you learn to transform your mind, you transform your life. You are not defined by your past or your negative thoughts. You are defined by your ability to rise above them, to use them as stepping stones, and to create the future you desire. Keep believing in yourself, keep moving forward, and keep using every challenge as an opportunity to grow. Because the only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. The only barriers that can stop you are the ones you accept. So what's your next move? What's the next action you're going to take to prove to yourself that you are capable, that you are worthy, and that nothing can hold you back from your success? The choice is yours. And today you can choose to transform every thought, every doubt, every challenge into the fuel that will drive you toward your destiny. Go out there and show the world the power of your mindset. Show them the strength that comes from believing in yourself. Show them that the impossible is possible when you choose to transform every negative thought into fuel for your success. You are unstoppable. Now go make it happen.